If you want a game on Linux in 2026, there are two names everyone in the Linux community keeps coming back to: Nobara and Bazzite. Both are free, both make Windows games work out of the box, but they are built completely differently, and choosing the wrong one for your setup will cost you hours of frustration. Today I'm going to tell you exactly which one is right for you. Welcome to LinuxEdgepulse, where we make Linux simple for everyone. Let's get into it. Before we compare them, let me give you the one thing they have in common because it matters. Both Nobara and Bazzite use something called Proton. Proton is a tool built by Valve, the people behind Steam, that automatically translates Windows games so they run on Linux. You don't install it, you don't configure it, it just works in the background silently. Thanks to Proton, nearly 95% of Windows games now run natively on Linux. The games you already own, the ones you already paid for, running on Linux without any extra steps. So the question is not whether games work on Linux, they do. The question is which of these two systems gives you the smoothest experience doing it. Let's start with Nobara. Nobara is built on top of Fedora Linux, a rock-solid foundation, and adds everything a gamer needs right out of the box. Steam, Proton, OBS for streaming, multimedia codecs, and GPU drivers all pre-configured before you even start playing. Think of it like buying a gaming PC that already has everything installed. You don't go shopping for drivers, you don't spend an afternoon configuring settings, you install Nobara, open Steam, and start playing. Setup time from installation to your first game is approximately 20 minutes, including the Steam download. That's it, 20 minutes from a blank computer to playing games. Nobara also gives you complete freedom over your system. You can install any software you want, change any setting, modify anything at any level. It works exactly like a traditional computer, which most people coming from Windows will find very familiar. Now Bazzite. Bazzite is designed to bring the Steam Deck experience to any PC. If you love the Steam Deck's simple pick-up-and-play approach but want it on your desktop or laptop, Bazzite delivers exactly that. The biggest difference from Nobara is that Bazzite is what's called an immutable system. Now, that's a technical term, but the practical meaning is simple. With Bazzite, you can't accidentally break the core operating system, even if you try. As a new Linux user, you'll be tempted to copy and paste commands from the internet when you get stuck, but Bazzite's design prevents you from making serious mistakes that could damage your system. Think of it like a gaming console. A PlayStation doesn't let you accidentally delete the operating system. Bazzite works the same way. It protects itself from user errors. Updates happen in the background and apply at reboot without interrupting what you're doing. No Windows-style update screens at the worst possible moment. And if an update ever causes a problem, you can roll back your entire system to any previous version from the last 90 days. Like a cloud save for your operating system. Quick note before we continue, whether you're gaming on Nobara, Bazzite, or any other system, one thing worth having is a VPN. Online gaming means your real IP address is visible to other players and servers. That's a privacy risk most people don't think about until something goes wrong. I use NordVPN on all my devices. It works perfectly on Linux, takes one click to connect, and runs completely in the background while you play. I've put a special discount link in the description below, worth having whatever distro you end up choosing. Now the question most gamers actually care about: which one runs games better? In raw frame rate testing, Nobara slightly outperforms standard Fedora, delivering 2 to 3% higher frame rates in competitive titles. For competitive gamers playing games like Valorant or CS2, that small performance gain can matter. Bazzite matches Nobara very closely in most games. Bazzite runs many games faster than Windows, which already puts both of these options ahead of what most people are used to. The honest answer is, for most everyday gaming, the performance difference between Nobara and Bazzite is small enough that you won't notice it. The bigger differences are in how they feel to use and how much control you want over your system. One practical question that matters a lot for which one you choose: what graphics card are you using? If you have an AMD graphics card, both Nobara and Bazzite work beautifully. AMD has excellent open-source Linux drivers that are built directly into the system. Zero extra steps needed. If you have an Nvidia graphics card, Nobara handles Nvidia drivers more smoothly for most setups. Nobara includes Nvidia drivers directly in the installer for RTX 20 series and newer. Bazzite also supports Nvidia but works better with newer cards and has limited support for older Nvidia hardware. So if you're on an older Nvidia card, Nobara is the safer choice. If you're on AMD or a newer Nvidia GPU, either one works well. Let me make the decision simple for you. Choose Bazzite if you want the most beginner-friendly experience possible. If you're coming straight from Windows and you just want to install something and start playing games without thinking about the system underneath, Bazzite is designed exactly for you. For complete Linux newcomers who just want their games to work without constant troubleshooting, start with Bazzite. Choose Nobara if you want a little more control. If you like being able to install any software, tweak settings, and have full access to your system the way a traditional computer works, Nobara gives you that freedom while still keeping gaming simple. Nobara is the easiest recommendation if you want a traditional desktop Linux gaming distro that already has most of the right tools and tweaks in place, and if you're ever unsure, you can try both. Download each one onto a USB drive and run them without installing anything. Take them both for a test drive before committing. To try either of these, you'll need a USB drive of at least 8 GB. You download the system file, put it on the USB drive using a free tool called LinuxEdgepulse, and boot from it. Your Windows computer stays completely untouched. I've tagged a reliable USB drive in the product shelf below, the same one I recommend for this kind of thing. Nobara for control and performance, Bazzite for simplicity and stability. Both are free. Both run your Windows games. Both are dramatically better than staying on a Windows system that's becoming slower and more invasive every year. Drop a comment below. Are you Team Nobara or Team Bazzite? Or are you still deciding? I read every single comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.